There we go. I was just about to manually get a Discord notification out there, but there it is. Hello, welcome. We are playing Genshin Impact on PC. We're back on the PC. The PC's working. Turns out it was the motherboard. We replaced the motherboard, and it didn't work at first. Then we replaced a bunch of other things, like the CPU, the power supply, yada yada yada. But after replacing the motherboard with a different brand entirely, that seemed to fix the issue. Had to reinstall Windows, unfortunately, so I had to go through the whole, like, a day-long process of reinstalling Chrome, Steam, Discord, NVIDIA, whatever, Sony Vegas, Streamlabs, Genshin Impact, all the Steam games, Xbox Game Pass, not to mention Windows updates, which I just had to do. But it seems to be working. I've not had a crash or blue screen or anything like that, and things seem to be working fine. So we're just gonna play Genshin. We got the new update. And I did play a little bit on PS4 to get our little buddy here, who I found out is very noisy. Even more so than usual. Also, what the fuck? Looks like a tree sprouted out of this, like, totem that usually you would, Maybe a Dendro character can do something with this? I don't have one. Which, by the way... Yahaha! You found me! Speaking of Yahaha, we got a sequel to Breath of the Wild title drop, Tears of the Kingdom, which wasn't live streamed in the UK because the Queen died. And maybe Tears of the Kingdom would have been a little too on the nose. So Cole, we can get for free if I get to her quest within 13 days, which I'm pretty sure I will. New area unlocked. New boss unlocked. Oh, it's just a Electro Whopper Flower. Gotcha. I actually want to... I'll do this off stream. I'll test these characters off stream. I've already played as these. Has it blown up yet? No. I'm getting a nice breeze from it at the moment. I was wondering, I was like, man, I'm getting chilly. Well, I don't remember it giving off that much of a breeze, and it's the top fans blowing on me without that magnetic mat. I'll come by and pick it up at some point, but car's back in the shop again. I think I mentioned they don't know what's wrong with it. It's stalled out at a light, and they're still trying to figure out what that is. But apparently that started right after replacing the starter. So they're working on that, and whenever I get my car, I'll, you know, make some trips, but I'm not going to borrow Sapphire's car for a tiny little thing like that. But it seems to be working fine. Everything's working. Genshin's running. Chrome is run pretty well. Watching YouTube videos. Even the LED stuff with the ICUE program. The other PSU, which definitely still works, is also here. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. I could hold on to it for sure, because it's... I don't want it cluttering up where you're at. But, yeah. And maybe it'll be useful whenever I end up building a PC for the eventual stream PC upgrade. Maybe it'll be useful then. He was about to say something. He's about to say something, or I stopped him. This thing makes noises as often as Zhongli does. So I'm just gonna have a little look around, because I didn't fully appreciate this area coming in. What's the quest line? My pass. So yeah, there was a person that we saw that was ignoring us, and I guess we were gonna follow them? Because they ignored us? Not really sure. Gigantic flowers here. Just found cross-dresser James fan art, Team Rocket, Spy X Family. I've heard good things about that anime. I was thinking about watching it, but I probably want to watch that with Sapphire. I just don't know if it's another like flavor of the month and people won't be talking about it in a month, sort of thing. Okay, this is literally the entrance we came through. Okay. I accidentally ate food. Okay, let's do this quest. No more stalling.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Let's go take a closer look.
Did you not see her walk in the cave, Paimon? Also, how's the audio?
Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case.
We can turn up the game a little bit. Maybe here.
Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, she couldn't possibly be living here, could she? What should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again?
Maybe we shouldn't bother her.
It looks like she's meditating or something. If we bother her now, she probably wouldn't let us off very lightly.
Paimon's surprisingly not screechy. I think the further we get along in this game, the voice director must have finally like said like, okay, you don't need to be. You don't need that anymore. I don't know why they needed it in the first place, but maybe they were. It's possible they were trying to parrot the Japanese voice, but I don't know, or the Chinese voice for that matter. But I don't know.
Oh! What a lovely smell! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
Just pump the VA's room entirely with helium. Uh-oh.
Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good.
Smell is... something's not right.
What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
I've got to get out of here. I think I'm gonna pass out. Blech.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap. Oh, come on.
Let me know if you hear any, like wind on the mic. Like a sort of like a... It's like maybe a lighter version of that because, again, I have the computer is blowing air at me. It's literally around a corner and it is still like powerful enough and it's blowing air. I can't jump right now. So we got gassed, and now we're. Oh wow, this is some. Before we get a cutscene, look at this fuzzy. This tree's texture reminds me of Dreams on PlayStation 4. Did we stop a second before a cutscene? This area looks cool. Oh. No going back. Reminds me of the Colossus. Yeah, I guess the fur on a Colossus climbing it. But basically everything in Dreams has that sort of like texture and paintbrush effect to it. Like every little thing that you make in that game. I didn't even hear it. It said "World Forget Me." I maybe heard "World," but I did not hear that second part.
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out for a long time now.
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Where am I?
Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Hyman was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort?
This taste in my mouth, it's so bitter. Did they give me medicine?
Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious.
Bitter taste, let's just move on.
Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
What made me pass out? What was that shit in the cave?
Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Did she have trouble holding cups?
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Somebody's experimenting with mushrooms.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly. So, how are you doing? Feeling better?
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well.
Like, sorry man, I couldn't help myself.
It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination.
Borneol?
In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned.
So it induces a coma?
That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
Yeah, you describe what you saw. A fucking glowy tree?
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Am I free to go?
Further observation?
But we need to go to Sumeru City.
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape.
This dude reminds me of Otacon, the way he sounds a little bit. I know it's not the same it's not the same voice actor, but it does have that sort of timbre.
If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
What?
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky.
Weirdly, I didn't have any of this happen when I was doing that exploration for treasure. But for story reasons, not good.
For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay?
Alright.
Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right. Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to let you recover first. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know.
I feel it's a little weird.
What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now?
My body feels a little weird. Well, my body does feel a little weird, but what I mean is, I don't think what I saw were hallucinations.
You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
I'm not sure. When I saw the vision, it felt as though I was standing deep underground. But the red sky could have been Conria?
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right?
I don't think that's the case. He probably wasn't telling us the truth. The illusion of choice in this illusion is real.
Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
Exactly. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do?
Let's start by having a chat with Kole.
Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly.
Kale.
We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru.
So many of these names I've read hundreds of times before they finally say their name out loud. It's going to take me some getting used to. Thankfully, Tainari is exactly how I thought it was, but Sumeru instead of Sumeru, and Kale instead of Kole. I can't imagine how many other situations is going to be in this fucking region. You get a night of rest.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Hello? If it wasn't for the forest alleviating effect on the disease, someone with Eleazar would have never been allowed to be a forest ranger. Eleazar? Who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you asking about that? I'm just passing by. Right. This is Gandharvaville. You can rest here if you're tired. If you don't want to be educated by the Forest Watchers, then take a look at the stuff on the notice board. Forgive me for being unable to say more. The notice board, huh? Farbode. This is the guy that was getting high on mushrooms, right? I pick Ooh. Rukashava. Okay, I pick Rukashava mushrooms every day. My waist is sore and my back aches. And I'm only in my 20s. Oh. Sounds tough. Ugh, no kidding. Picking mushrooms required endless bending down. It gets real horrible after a while. Luckily, the academia requires a huge supply of Rukashava mushrooms, so I gained a steady job from this. My current goal is to save some Mora, buy a house in the city, and live there. About Rukashava mushrooms. Rukashava mushrooms are great stuff. You know by the name that they must be something amazing left by Greater Lord Rukadavada. Rukadavada? I think they can serve as cooking ingredients, herbs, well, and maybe fertilizer? Well, I'm not sure, but since Akasha didn't tell me all the uses, I guess I didn't need to know. As long as the academia needs it, I can always make money from it. The only thing I do know is that it's great ingredient for cooking. Here's some for you. Take a try. Maybe I won't talk to every single person I run across. I'll save that for, Yes, chef! Even an idiot can cook awesome food with this fresh meat. I'd like some fresh meat too. Aha, looks like you know your stuff. Just pick whatever you want. Ooh, delicious hodgepodge? Delicious pita pocket? What? That's a good one. Damn, I hope that's easy to make. Spice? You spice? Raw meat, foul bird egg, Rukashava mushrooms. Pretty expensive. I was looking for recipes, actually. Alright, let's just do the story and maybe get some... Listen to me, I'm definitely an old man and not a young guy trying to do an old man voice. Whoops. Boop. First Dendroculus. On stream. First viewpoint. On stream, got it. Alright, we're doing story and collecting Dendroculus. I'm not going to get distracted by anything else. Maybe treasure chests? Yeah, back in my day, stones were called rocks.
Right. Next, let's see your right hand. Yes, not bad.
Excuse me? Does she not know right from left?
But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Or does she have like her motor functions aren't great?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
I'd like a palm of power with some nectar to wash it down.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Is there something we can help with?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
I've already been there, but okay.
Tenari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
Okay.
Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Back in my day, I used to ramble on endlessly. No one could stop me.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
These are lamps?
Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The Statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before.
Mm-hmm. I've already been there.
It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue.
No need to worry. I'm a terrific climber.
Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon? You know, what's she like?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Rukkhadevata. Rukkhadevata.
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Sounds exactly like what happened to Raiden Makoto. Does it coincide with Kanria? Yeah, same thing that happened to Raiden's sister, Raiden Shogun.
According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru.
There is a tiny, maybe clipping issue on her wrist. There's like a tiny white triangle poking out of her armband. That could just be... I don't know, it looks... It distracted me for a sec. You might not even be able to see it on the stream. I think you might be able to see the white speck if you're looking very closely.
To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarasthana.
Sarasthana.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Amber, Outrider of the Knights of Favonius? The avid glider from Mondstadt?
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her.
Okay.
If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
I think she actually does like her that way. So apparently in the comics, yeah, there's a fucking, I don't know if it's web comics only. Kale and Amber were friends growing up for a bit, and I guess they went more into it in those comics, but yeah, she's a canon character in the game. Never seen this side of you, Kale.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but to one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
I think we did get mentioned to by that one mushroom guy, but not the Surasthana thing, though.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Dendro Archon?
Explain the purpose of your journey to Kale.
So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Has it been 2 years?
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
Paimon's right, we're friends.
Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here shortly.
Well, I could climb up there, or... Ah.
Huh. Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small.
Yeah, the first images we were seeing of the statue of the Archon, it looked like the dress that was hanging down was the length of the body. I was like, that doesn't really match up with the Archon that we've seen.
Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Maybe Lesser Lord Kusanali?
The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below.
You and Paimon meticulously clean the statue.
Nice work. That's one
Whoa.
clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Oh, the statue's crooked. I thought my fucking, like, vision just, like, went whoop, lopsided for a second. That actually messed with my head. Like, it came back and I was like, oh. Where's this Dendroculus? I think it's down below in this cave. This, a story wall? Teleporting doesn't work. Seems that they're probably come from this direction. Maybe? Or maybe from here. Either way, I'll make a note of it. Doop. Maybe we'll unlock Kole first. And I can see what these Dendro totems are about.
Kale, we're back!
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay! Food! What kind of goodies did you bring?
Paimon, some restraint, please.
Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food. Xiangling taught Paimon that.
Okay.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them. Whoops!
Oh, is she clumsy or does she have, like, motor function problems?
No, you dropped it on the ground! Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
You enjoy the pitas together with Kale. Kale.
Those pitas are amazing! You're quite the cook, Kale.
Give me the recipe.
Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime.
Sometime.
I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears.
It does sound like something Tainari would say. Speaking of his ears, I'd really like to pet them.
I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees. In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
What did you do?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you.
Why'd you make up a little rhyme about me dying? Why, oh why? Is she going to die?
Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this. It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
Uh-oh. Nickname?
No! Don't touch me!
Wow. Huh? Kale, what's the matter?
Oh, sorry, Kale. Paimon didn't
I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville. I think Master and the others should be back by now, too.
That's our drug trip. Shouldn't Paimon be a roast turkey? I don't think we're currently tripping. I don't know what that reaction was. She, like, fucking freaked out when Paimon came at her.
Huh? What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Paimon, you need glasses. She's right there. Maybe she knows something. Perhaps. Yeehaw!
Follow the wind.
Glider man. Glider man. Wait, this is not where we need to be. Is there any books we can read? Any lore scattered about? Oh, maybe I should just look. Hello?
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale by any chance?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Wait until 8 the following day. Discount? Oh, here's the pyramid with the fucking thing above it.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet. All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Okay, easy enough. Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying.
Oh, maybe she thinks that she's contagious? And that if Paimon touched her, she would have caught whatever she has? They'll lose all control over their body.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself.
So is there any cure for Elazar?
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
Ugh.
What? The Fatui?
That must have been what happened in the comic.
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, it's from a trauma from the Fatui.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Yeesh.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
How's Kale's condition now?
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see you two later.
Wait, can we come along?
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler. You must follow closely and listen to every instruction.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Lunar Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
Lunar Lotus. Lunar has Nilotpala over it?
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar Lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
Distractions,
You are
distractions.
Lunar Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh. Okay then.
The people naming these were an asshole.
Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Paimon.
Yeah, whoever named these these flowers just seems to be the one that's the real problem.
Shine down!
Oh, that was it.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Alright, let's head this way. We got the little Sealy fella up there. Also just giving this area a nice look while we're here.
Follow the wind. Follow the wind.
Maybe later.
There is no escape!
Brings a smile to my face.
What is this on the map? These blue circles. Ah, collect herbs.
Stabilize.
Illusion shattered! Let's light it up!
Alrighty. Noisy little bugger.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
So they're just on the water there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh?
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
They keep subtitling Lunar with Nilapata or whatever.
Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tainari!
Hello?
Oh, Tainari, someone's calling your name. They're dressed like a forest ranger.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so early? Let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Wait, Kainari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many things in these lands. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it, like Tainari here. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it.
That is the third or fourth time you've said it. I can also control the elements.
But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
All of them. Now,
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
well, we did do a withering thing before. We only did the one. But this could give us a proper tutorial on it.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered! That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash. Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved.
Gotcha. Let's do this.
Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this sort of thing, after all.
Yeah.
Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
One with nature. Shine down.
All right, charge attacks.
Solidify!
Where's this last one? There you are. Donk.
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Stabilize!
As one with wind and cloud.
Donk. Bonk.
Destroy the tumors of the withering.
We did it! Everything's returning to normal now!
Yes, thanks to you two. we were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Sorry about the fire. It'll go away. Okay, we're good.
Tainari?
Good.
You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Alright, it's like this. Recently, the rate at which the Withering Zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that Withering Zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The Withering is leaving lasting effects on the rainforest itself. For instance, even though we cleared out the Withering Zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of Withering Zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
Huh? But why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions.
Is there no way to permanently get rid of the Withering?
No, none that we know of. The Withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
No, it sounds like a fucking Lord of the Rings name. I think I've heard it somewhere before. Lord of the Rings?
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface.
Hello, Frax. Spreading and extending a massive cavern. Sounds a lot like what I saw when I was lost consciousness in that cave.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
You mean the Irminsul is sick?
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we Rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
Just like burn this entire area. It's just burnt grass. Yay! We saved the day. Forest fire. What are these things? What are those things, though? Maybe they help, like, cure withering during the whole thing? Back to Gandharvaville. Before that, let's grab this teleport. Not too far off. Just looking to see if there's any collectibles here. Oh, we've been through this area. Right. Just haven't been up there.
Crumble!
Rise! Quake! Okay. Alright, buddies.
Gather!
There is no escape.
No. I actually want to, like, measure the time in between this thing making noise and it making noise again. Because it's fairly often. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this thing decides to make a noise every 13 to 14 seconds. That's a little too much. I actually want to like leave that in a feedback report, going like, you need to have this thing make less noise less often. Like, you have to like triple the amount of time in between it making noises.
Solidify!
Or
Illusion shattered. Let's light it up.
have a way to mute this thing's noises. Hey, there we go. Androculus. I like that it doesn't stick around in battle, so at least it's not doing that noise while you're battling, but it's making noise all other times. Okay, let's get that teleport before we forget about it. We're just up there. We did activate it. Okay, we did activate it. Okay. Dendroculus over here. I will grab. Alright, it's underneath this bridge. There it is.
Shine down.
Boing! Look, a boat. Just a boat floating out there. It's got a grapple point on it. Yeah, pay attention to noises, because it'll make noises even when I'm in this boat. Is there a frog I felt like there? I do think that they also need to, like, maybe turn the volume down on that thing's noise. It's cool that I finally got a pet. It's not cool that it's slightly annoying. Oh. What do we got here? Triana seeds. Just as the Trilokshana creatures have a normal scorched and activated form, these Triana seeds, which can reveal hidden objects, have similar states. When scorched, they will stop moving, and when normal, they will move along a fixed path. When activated using Electro, they will release an even larger True Sense pulse.
Illusion shattered.
Explorer. Ow.
That's what I call treasure.
Okay. I'm going to touch that little rock formation over there, and then we'll teleport back to the city.
Rise!
Could gather these two. These little boxes contribute to exploration percentage. Like a fraction of a percent, but they add up. Right, this way. If we run into much more water, I might swap in Mona. Alright, back. Yeah, let's go here. These are a welcome addition.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did it go?
The withering zone you reported has been taken care of. No need to worry. Huh. Wait, is that?
A bird?
Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Okay.
Oh, her? How could we forget? So did something happen?
How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read it. Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia resumed her meditation. She must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking us for help. We need to go.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that from just a few lines on the paper?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, I'd prefer not to remember that. Needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as possible. I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
You mean to the cave where we passed out last time? Sure.
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? But will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that funny incense?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
It's a light and refreshing fragrance. No unusual feelings this time.
Huh? Really? You're not feeling even a little drowsy? But wait, how'd you know that she'd be okay this time, Tainari?
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious?
What I saw weren't hallucinations, were they?
That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to apologize for deceiving you. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru, but the entire world of Teyvat. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any secrets from you.
So what exactly was it that I saw?
When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories contained within Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation and use of Spirit Borneol are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul, just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us? Seriously, she completely ignored us the last time we tried talking to her.
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that time, she must avoid communicating with others. Please, wait here for a moment.
Hello, old man. Who sounds like young man doing old man? Squawk!
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
That was an interesting, weird moment. We're just sitting there waiting.
Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have.
Thank you.
No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help these last few days.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
Okay, just back over here. It's been a while since I got on Twitch. How things going?
Weather all around brightens the heart.
Well, we finally got the PC fixed. We're playing on the PC now.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
So yeah, my PC was broken for a month, but we're back at working for now. I'm hoping it stays that way.
Hello? Hypatia? Hey, there's nobody here.
Uh-oh.
Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
Clatter. What was the sound? What was that noise? It sounds like some come from inside the cave. Oh, it's her. It's Hypatia. Is she okay? Hello? The Korok fella.
There you are. Hypatia, are you alright?
So hungry. Need water.
She somehow has more energy than I expected.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try finding some water first. Huh? Wait. Why does it look super foggy outside all of a sudden? Anyway, let's go look around.
This place looks different.
Huh? How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we?
Relax, Paimon. There must be a logical explanation for all this. Did we get, like, Minish capped?
Really? Oh, maybe you're right. Let's go investigate the area.
Look at the map. Huh. Minimap's not showing. We ain't Kansas no more. Yeah, plants are gigantic. Big flowers. Oh, this is a shrine or a trial thing.
Wow, this place is huge. Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Hang on, where is this? Ah, here we go. Bouncy mushroom in domains. Yeah, domain. Interesting. Oh. Now we're in Inazuma.
Huh? What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
Oh, we're on a trip. We're on a mushroom trip right now. We're gonna get this for sure. Weird, not breakable. Oh, so now we got behind this door. You know what? I'll read it. Yeah, what did it say? Duh. I didn't mean to skip it. I was just like I was clicking to activate the thing because obviously it was going to open the door. Oh, so we're carrying around a little thing with us. Gotcha. Okay, probably gonna have another hallucination room here, maybe? Or a place to put this little crystal. A withering zone? Or just mushroom zone?
Solidify!
Illusion shattered! The wind knows me.
Okay.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Order guide! Stabilize!
There is no escape!
Let's light it up!
No. No, whoa, whoa. Let me out! Let me out! I didn't get the chest! Oh my fucking god. I can't jump out of this. Hey, listen! The hell was that? Ow. Okay, yeah, that's not what
Quake!
not a good thing. Let's go back over here first for this chest. We're not going to get that yet. We're going to go over here. Alright, this is teleports us down here. Okay, okay.
Follow the wind.
Okay, we'll go down this way. We'll get the treasure chest in this mushroom room. Mushroom room. The mushroom. Not touch that green ball of energy. Didn't know it was going to take me to an inescapable fast travel.
Time to go.
And then we're also going to pop out of this room, go further down the hallway. to see what's over here. Oh. That was just an alternate path I could have taken earlier. And didn't see.
Follow the wind.
Oh! Boing. We'll get this thing now. We have 3 things, is that enough? Ah. Open sesame. Oh, I'm tripping.
What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
I mean, they tell you exactly where to stand, huh? Oh, shit! It's superliminal. That's cool, though. It's not as seamless. Hey, 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 whoa! There's secrets down there. Not sure how to open that door. Whoa! Perhaps this will get us behind the gate. Fatui.
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do in this strange place?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you. Bow before the Abyss. Gather!
Everybody stand back!
Clouds hide. The birds call. One with nature.
This is order.
Torn to oblivion!
Bonk.
Illusion shattered!
Oh, right, he's got elemental. That shit.
Get out of here!
The wind knows me.
Going in! There is no escape!
The world will fall.
Oh, I was gonna say, they fucking damage gated me.
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
He's an illusion?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are.
My journey will not end here. I still must find my brother.
Your brother? Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
Am I allowed to kill him now? Huh. What was all that just now? Strange, it feels like I was just dreaming for a moment there, but I can't remember what I saw.
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing.
So sweet.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that?
Sorry, I kind of zoned out there for a second.
Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's alright first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
After giving the semi-conscious Hypatia some water and fruit juice.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Hypatia. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter that he asked us to give you.
He gave Hypatia the letter from Tainari.
I see.
Oh, I needed to press something there.
You're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we arrived. We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some juice dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really?
She's got a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 hairstyle. Or Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. Short hair, braided top.
I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor. Must have come by and saw me like this.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Is it a little round creature? Kind of like a cabbage?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Tell everything you did.
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream? Isn't that a little too crazy to believe?
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
Totoro.
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure at the opening of the cave.
I want one.
In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh, and then?
They made me have a fucking crazy-ass dream.
And then I had a dream.
Yep.
By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me.
What fascinating creatures. Sounds like a great neighbor.
Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm having that with yawning right now. I've been yawning constantly. Sorry. Not because of the game. Just because, lack of sleep, maybe? I don't know.
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Lack of energy, more like.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier...
Whoa.
Anyway, looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Paimon's getting hungry too. Let's eat first and talk about Irminsul later.
First of all, we just went over me going through a gigantic hallucination and that being the reason for me dropping the food. Second, we have a backpack filled with thousands of food. Thousands!
Alright, we're up, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. They're our specialties after all.
Sweet Madame, yeah. For sure. We have like 200 of those.
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal, too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
Maybe you should have food nearby for when you do these 3 to 5 day hallucination trips. Make some food. Okay. Let's light it up. Alright, Sweet Madame. And we'll do one with Diona. Might as well. Boop. And radish veggie soup, is that what she said? We can make one of those. Same thing, it's just a restorative thing. Radish and mint. It's a regen, gotcha. Make box lunch. Oops. I was gonna say I have like 60 of one thing and 200 of the other.
Box that Tainari gave us since we already watched it. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
Any little fella's gonna show up?
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can enjoy a proper meal like this. Cooking really isn't my forte.
There it is. After a delicious meal together, you tell Hypatia about connecting with Irminsul.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn eel for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so.
Damn.
And everyone at the academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn eel primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to heightening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth.
I think I understand.
Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload, hence the adverse reactions.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. It appears you've already fully recovered.
Sorry, I dropped my controller last night. I was picking it up and it got snagged on... The wire got snagged on something and it just kind of like yanked out of my hands. And I just like looked at my controller going like, why does this feel like a little like sharp or rough? And like the right side of the controller was like popped out of place. It seems to be good now. It's still solid, but I was scared that my controller was broken. This is an expensive controller.
Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn Ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Oh. Well, how about I try it again?
Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile so long as I could connect with Irminsul at will.
Whoa, you're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings. But there is still so much we don't know, especially regarding the mysteries that lie in the starry skies.
You need to talk with Mona.
Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so will leave my consciousness intact.
This boiling pot of water is splashing. I don't know if you can see that. We should probably, like, take the pot off and move it, or maybe dim the fire a bit.
I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself.
Cool.
That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous. Aren't you afraid of the risks, Hypatia?
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without even the sound of insects.
Wait a minute, that wasn't a response to what she just asked. She says, aren't you worried? Maybe it should have been phrased, aren't you ever worried? Do you ever get worried? Of course I do, especially during nights with dead silent. Yeah, okay. I think this would be a response to, do you ever get worried about doing the thing?
However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the god of wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
It's a little powerful.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a divine being, does it?
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Right. This was revealed in one of the trailers for the region.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. Adults, however, never do. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical.
Reminds me of the dream I saw from the Aranara. It's a big chaotic mess.
Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep.
Dreams aren't a bad thing.
I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I'll know I've grown up once I stop dreaming. I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. Sure enough, I never dreamed again. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad as we've made it out to be.
Yeah?
Just be sure not to speak of this if you travel to Sumeru City. They'll look at you as if you've lost your mind.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that what you saw is a memory contained within Irminsul itself.
Are we almost at 2 hours? Jesus.
World forget me. What could that possibly mean?
Yeah.
If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you.
What a life?
If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me.
Thanks, Apasia. We wish you luck in your endeavors.
There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Continue chatting before settling down for a good night's rest.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time to head back to Gandharvaville.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever like to ask about, you know where to find me.
Oh, this is like one of those chapter end things about dreams.
Even though that little neighbor of mine was able to induce a state of dreaming, I doubt they were able to control the actual contents of the dream. The end of your dream seemed quite terrifying. Perhaps there's something that's troubling you deep inside? Not to worry, though. I'm sure you'll be able to handle whatever comes your way in the real world. As someone from Sumeru who cannot dream, I needn't ever worry about nightmares. But lately, I've started to feel that I'm somehow missing something without dreams. It's a little hard to explain. Heading out, I see? If there's anything else,
Irminsul.
Sumeru researchers use Spiritborn Ale to assist them in connecting with Irminsul to extract knowledge from it. Though the process can be risky, we believe that the knowledge gained is worth it. Unfortunately, I cannot help you understand your dream. At least not yet. I'm still learning how to attune to the depths of Irminsul myself. I hope that I'll be able to ascend past Satyavada life and gain deeper insights.
Don't know what Satyavada life is.
Heading out, I see? If there's anything else you'd ever
Your
like to
unusual
ask
neighbor.
about, I've heard local children here in the rainforest speaking of fairy-like creatures. But I'm from Sumeru City, and have never heard of such things when I was a child. Perhaps this is because I had a very strict upbringing. My parents would seldom allow me to play with other children. I doubt they'd ever believe me if I told them about my little neighbor out here. And speaking of my little neighbor, I think they can somehow sense when Tighnari is coming to visit me. I've noticed on several occasions that as they're playing under the trees, they'll suddenly tense up and scamper away for no apparent reason. Shortly after they do this, Tighnari always shows up here. Perhaps I should ask Tainari about this the next time I see him. Heading out, I see? If there's anything
Goodbye.
else you'd ever... Take care. Do remember to come visit anytime you're in the area. I would be happy to chat with you.
I wonder if we missed some dialogue with Kale right before we went to clean the statue. Now we can check what's back here. Wheat. Okay. If possible, I'd like to get to the point of getting Kale before ending the stream tonight. Back to Gandharvaville. Yeah. Maybe Kale's better now.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Dude, you look like 50 other people. I don't think you're that important.
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Haravatat.
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know, once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
I mean, it's a fair question. How long will I be there, and what do I need to do? And they're like, we don't know, actually. Or you'll see. Just come on. Abandon your post here and do something that you don't know what you're doing for an inexplicable period of time. Nerds.
Tainari,
A lot of them.
what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers.
Give me just a sec. I want to see if I can connect my Bluetooth controller. This new motherboard has Bluetooth compatibility. Add Bluetooth or other device. Bluetooth. I'm not gonna connect to unknown device. Where's my fucking controller? Does it need to be connected in order for me to do this? I just wanted to see if I can use my Bluetooth controller now. Might have to test this some other time. I just keep seeing unknown device. I'm not going to connect to that.
How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile.
Just might help with me not accidentally pulling a wire and it falling out of my hands again.
Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this very item is the basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that...
We need to say goodbye to Kale.
That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
Who's this guy? Aramite mercenary. Go on, ass hair.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City.
Please take care of yourself, Kale. We'll be back to see you soon, Kale.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend, not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another.
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you.
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets.
Yeah.
I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh.
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville.
Of course we will.
Well then, I trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
Prerequisite quest. So I think I need to keep going.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there.
How you feeling now?
I'm much better now. I'll be back on patrol again starting tomorrow. Even though I'm not quite ready to help Master clear the Withering Zones yet, there are still plenty of other tasks for me to handle. Oh, and Traveler? If you ever see Amber again during your travels, please don't mention my illness to her, okay? Amber knows about my case of Elazar and what's happened in my past, but I haven't told her about my condition getting worse. I guess I just don't want her to worry about me. If the need arises, I'll tell her about it myself.
Alright, we understand, Kale.
I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City and get to meet the Dendro Archon there.
Peter Pockets.
Kinda hard to believe the Master Tainari can cook, isn't it? His culinary techniques are very polished, but his taste is a little, unusual. It's not really his fault, though. He just has a sensitive tongue and nose, so he prefers much lighter flavors.
Okay.
The last time I went a little too heavy on the spices for my pita pockets, Master started having a sneezing fit. Of course, I never heard the end of it after that. I hope you have a safe trip to Sumeru City.
Goodbye.
And get to meet. See you later. Be sure to come back often. Even though Master didn't admit it, I'm sure he wants to see you again.
So we now have the recipe for the pita pockets. We can. Is there a cooking area here? There we go. Something we don't have the ingredients for. Oh, it's... No wonder it's so good. Use a few things. Milk is the big one. Yeah, what, 30 to 34%? 600 to 1900? Sweet Madame is just too damn good. I have so much ingredients for these things. I'd be stupid to not just make these. I don't think there's a better... For the amount of materials required, I don't think there's a better... like, replacement. I'd love a replacement for Sweet Madame. I would. And the sound of pita pockets sounds tasty, too. But, like, kind of how I wish the pizzas were, easier to make and didn't require you to make cheese or buy cheese. Wait, wasn't there, like, a meat pizza? There's purple, too. Right? Here it is. The Meat Lovers Mushroom Pizza. This, I actually think that this is a Pizza Hut crossover. Because there was a commercial, Japan only, that had Genshin Impact characters, Amber and Eula, in a Pizza Hut, making a mushroom Meat Lovers pizza. And Meat Lovers, specifically, is the name of, like, a Pizza Hut product. So I think this actually is a, like, Pizza Hut thing. What, does it say? Pizza freshly baked from the oven and crushed is dotted with large chunks of meat and fresh mushroom slices. The sweet trees further adds to this charm. You have no doubt that every slice will be snatched away the moment it's served. Speed, therefore, is a gourmet's best buddy when this pizza's on the table. Just didn't know if it was going to say, like, oh, specialized from a hut in Sumeru. But I guess since meat and mushrooms are pretty big things you run into here, it's to be expected that they'd come out with a dish that sort of gives you what you need. Or stuff you can make out of the stuff you get here. "13 seconds is ridiculous." Oh.
A fateful offering.
Weird. If I didn't have Zhongli to make a platform for me to do a charge attack on that, would I have been able to get that stuff? Looking for the Dendroculus. Oh, got it.
Follow the wind.
Huh? What's over there? Uh-oh. So, I know what this is. This is a massive, massive world quest with no voice acting. I will do this at some point on stream, but I'm not doing it right now. So many people are going like, hey, look, a simple little world quest, and it's hours long. So we're not doing this right now. We'll start this quest up and have it in the log so we can continue when we want, but we're not going to do this entire thing right now, and I'm not going to get tricked into it. I know what this is. Stay away, you nasty mushrooms! Hey, Chrono, that person over there seems to be in trouble. We gotta help.
Shine down! Let's light it up!
Stabilize!
They're actually fighting.
One with nature.
That's new. Instead of just cowering like other people we protect. Oh, you were a big help, thanks. As you can see, I'm a forest watcher here. As for my name, it's Rana. I'm Chrono. Paimon's Paimon. We're from a different nation. I see. You aren't dressed like inhabitants of the forest, nor do you look like you're from the desert, but your clothes do have good breathability and are suitable for traveling in Sumeru. Huh? Since Rana's a forest watcher, she would know Tainari, right? Ooh. Chrono, you know Tainari? Tainari may seem unapproachable, but he's actually a very nice person. He took really good care of me when I was a trainee, and his ears are gorgeous. Yeah, Paimon really wants to touch them. Me too. Paimon could do it super stealthily. Paimon wonders if sneaking up on him will work. Tainari will get angry if you do it without asking first. Probably will. But his ears are so glossy, and I can't help but wondering how they feel. The girl with him seems pretty interested in them too. All the girls want to touch his ears. Rana, are you talking about... Is it Kale? Huh? Chrono, you know Kale too? Kale hasn't been very well, but she still works hard to protect the forest and eliminate the withering. Everyone's worried about her. Ahem. Anyway, a forest watcher's duty is to protect the forest, assist travelers, and provide guidance. As the two of you might have noticed, lately the forest has been less than ideal. The fungi and beasts have been growing aggressive. Then there's the withering. How about I escort both of you? My patrol route will pass through Vimera village next. It's smooth sailing from there to either port or most of Sumeru City. Okay, but I have a few things to take care of before that. I see. I'll wait here for you. Stay safe. And yeah, we'll come back to this some other time.
Solidify!
Let's see here. The children of Amara Village. Yep, that's a big one. Huge. Several acts to it. Okay, we are going to continue on our way to Sumeru City. What is this?
Quake!
I think the solution to this is to shoot it with a bow, a charged attack with a bow. Not whatever the fuck I'm doing.
A fateful offering. Time to go.
I don't know if these peaches are going to be needed for, somebody's ascension later. Yeah, I'm definitely going to send a feedback to the little buddy. Next time there's a chance to leave feedback, I'm going to say, like, hey, these little pets are nice, and it's nice that I was finally able to get one, but they make noise every 13 seconds without fail. And it's loud and distracting and worse than any sort of character like Zhang Li talking about boats are made for travel, because that shit happens when he's idle, as in standing still. And I would understand if this thing makes noise and does these noises like when I'm standing still, but it does it while I'm moving around. It's cray-cray. And these things have been around for years. I'm surprised that it hasn't been addressed sooner, but I guess not enough people had them. Everybody's got little earpieces.
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
How could you tell?
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Could have been the earpiece.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device.
I actually have one already.
Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge.
It's like the internet.
After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha Terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. Ahem. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Whoa. Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
He's like Tony Stark glasses. Just look around and see somebody. Or like Watch Dogs, you see like their search history.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Got angry water? I did. I just got to Sumeru City.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Surasthana. pretty similar to what Kale was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Huh? Paimon doesn't sense anything. The Akasha didn't respond to Paimon's question.
Same happened to me.
Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it. Ugh. Paimon's brain is exhausted.
A lot of brain juice. I'll try asking the Akasha something else. Maybe I'll indirectly find more information about Kusanali.
Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
Think, why doesn't the Akasha answer my question? Think Lesser Lord Kusanali. Why didn't it answer my question? A vague thought suddenly comes to mind. The Akasha doesn't unconditionally respond to every query. Also, even if the same query is requested by multiple people, the Akasha still imparts knowledge based on each person's identity, age, experiences, and other demographics.
Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something.
We need a security upgrade. Lesser Lord Kusanali. Some knowledge began to trickle into my mind for a moment, but there wasn't really anything I didn't already know. Oh, turn around.
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon.
Alright, Greater Lord Rukadevada. Many bright dots of light appeared in my mind. Probably need to calm my mind and focus more to understand what they mean. Feelings of affection, intimacy, nostalgia, sadness, and anxiety also come to my mind. These seem to be what people of Sumeru feel about their departed Archon.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really miss their Archon.
Maybe that's what that Forget Me line was about?
Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
Achievement. Hey.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
We're not here to discuss academics.
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see... Oh! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha.
Maybe you'll have more clearance than us.
Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
Why don't we just go there?
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Whatever, man.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me.
So by area of expertise, you meant this kind of stuff?
Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low it's like digging holes in the dirt.
Jeez, wait until we walk away first.
So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here.
No, there's still one other person we know.
Huh? Like who?
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Did all the cumbersome tests again. Watch out for pickpockets.
I'll take some of that, thank you. Just stealing from all these.
You must resist the power of temptation.
Are you running a little stand here? Temptation triggers love, but too much love triggers disaster. Luckily, they don't care too much for you. Who are they? Harut and Marut. Harut, Marut? They're the shadows of nimble demons, free and unfettered creatures. You mean these cats? They're also my cats. Okay. Then temptation and love are... Cats are curious creatures. They have many strengths, but curiosity is not one of them. Their curiosity and penchant strand fish on the shore and trap birds on the ground. That means disaster for the fish and birds, no? That's a shame. Perhaps not. Can do nothing with these cats? Ooh, teleport. Wait a minute. Oh, you look like him, but you're not him. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
You a robot?
Catherine, we need to help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
Beeping
out there.
Beeping?
You didn't. Oh, you probably couldn't hear it.
No.
Yeah, they don't. Right outside the window.
Oh, somebody honked their car? I did not hear it, no.
I shouted.
Okay. I don't even know if it got picked up on the stream. Okay. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. What the hell? Heading to bed. No problem, Leaps. I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go a little further and get Kale, maybe. But I'll probably be streaming this tomorrow.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
In my personal memory. You're a fucking robot.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar.
Thanks a bunch, Catherine.
You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Yeah, what is this little icon on the map? Puspa Cafe? Puspa? Oh, whoa. That's a little glitchy. Well, first of all, I got close to the door the first time and it didn't have the prompt, but then when I try to walk into the door, I sink into the ground. Anywhere else, you'll, like, climb on a wall, but this door specifically, Okay, let's enter the cafe. This isn't like a hookah lounge, is it? Mario? It's a me, Mario. M-A-W-Y-O. Mario. Fucking ooh-woo Mario. Can I see? Want to see what the item shop here? The jeweler. Hello, welcome. What do we have in the shop? Most of my personal collection just for display. Yeah. All the jewels we currently have for sale have already been reserved. Ah, this is like in Inazuma when you finally like finish the tree, and then you were able to access the jewelry shop and like you could buy furniture and other stuff. We finally have access to the quest board for the weekly requests.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I want to talk to Kusanali.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I will stop for a second. This is the first guy with melanin in the entire game so far, aside from Kaya. He's got darker skin.
Oh?
Oh, there's a guy. They're everywhere. There's two.
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru.
Shinyan?
Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugudevada.
Why am I blanking? Oh, Punk Rock Girl. Yeah, I guess, yeah, a little bit. Didn't think about it. Because she's like dressed like Bowsette.
In their eyes,
I was focusing on everything else.
Who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy.
I guess also having the white hair makes it really stand out.
Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rukadevada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Wow.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
Alright, well, thanks for the info, Osfond.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
After leaving the Citadel of Regzar, you questioned several people.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it.
Huh.
We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems.
I'm sorry, we know where she is. Why don't we just go there?
Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I just happened to be there when you said that one line.
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon.
Can you tell us the legend?
Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
That's it.
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, will be wherever you go.
What an amazing story.
Yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Those two guards.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened?
I think it has something to do with those people over there.
It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her? This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali! We can't let them get in the way now! Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad!
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
Quick, let's walk.
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
It's bothering me. Item shop? Not on the map. Hello there, sorry about that. How could I help you? What do you have? I don't know. Fruit? Other things? Bye. Is there a... You don't have any, like... What do you need? Now, I'd like to buy a weapon. There's no recipes you have, right? Is there a food shop? Yeah, let's go down there real quick. See if we can get some recipes here. Oh, I like this outdoor kitchen looking area. You're not somebody I can buy from. Tavern hostess. You. You're not from around here, are you? You have a sharp eye. I'm from Leeway. I'm currently working here part-time while I prepare for an exam. Since I was a kid, I've loved watching the ships come in and out of Leeway Harbor and seeing how they dock and load and unload their cargo. Over time, I grew fascinated with all sorts of ships. Boats are made for travel. No! Stop! You're not selling me what I need. I'm going inside. Jafar? Not so fast, Jafar! What will you be having today? If you can't decide, just order the lambad fish roll. Table with the counter just been replaced. Let me see your menu. Yes, yes, yes. Ugh. What's that purple stuff in there? Those fish eggs? Ugh. Glabrous beans? What the fuck is glabrous beans? A common legume in Teyvat with a light aroma. Okay. Star shroom crap. Fisherman's toast. Yeah. Shawarma? Shawarma sounds good. Alright, so let me... You got a place I can cook around here? Can I use the stove? Spice? You spice? Spice. I need... What the hell? There's no fucking cooking place right next? Oh wait, there's gotta be one right here. Okay. Minty bean soup, lamp fish roll, shawarma. Alright, let's see here. Probably don't have the ingredients needed for any of these things. Let's start down here. Pita pockets from earlier. Milky mushroom. Crisp tower. Ugh. Shawarma wrap. Increases all... Okay, this is an attack booster. Pretty simple. Just spice, meat, and flour? Yeah. Like that you're calling it shawarma. Is it not shawarma? 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 Listen, my knowledge of shawarma begins and ends with the end of Avengers 1, where they go to the shawarma shop. That being said, shawarma. Shawarma. I got it off of how Tony Stark said it, and he had no idea what that shit was. He's like, I don't know what shawarma is, but I want it. We can have it. And he's dead now, so look where I got him. Minty bean soup. I guess that gives you something to do with the mint. It's a revival thing. Somehow not as good as just a fucking egg. It's the same, but more ingredients are required. I don't know if they know this, but they need to put in more dishes that are simpler to make. Because I came across the pita pocket, and I was like, yeah, this is way better than the sweet madame. And it's like, oh, you need milk, flour, tomato, and meat. And a lot of it. You need like 10 times the ingredients that a sweet madame needs for around the same result. Nobody's going to be using this stuff, except for like the achievements. I think I just had an optical illusion just now. I thought that the space in between this row and this row was thicker than the rest. What was the last one? Shawarma. We got the shawarma. It looks good. It's like just tomato, meat, and veggies in a wrap. I'm a fan of like just a bunch of stuff put into something, like a pie or a wrap or a bowl. Hungry. You're making pizza right now, right? That's what that noise was earlier? The pizza. Okay, so I must have what's needed for the last thing. Amu rice? No. Lombard fish roll, there it is, the purple shit. Oh, it uses the flour. The Sumeru Rose. So it's a very, very cheap restorative item. But it's still like, I don't know, man. Look at that. I have 3,000 of one thing and 2,000 of the other thing. And it's a pretty decent... It's like every time the traveler makes food, they say, make a sweet madame. It's your specialty. I think they know how good this food is. And if you have Bennett, then the Tavat fried egg is good because he, like, sometime crafts an extra good one. I got distracted by food. made some food earlier, and like I warmed it up for about 2 minutes, but it wasn't quite there yet. And when I tried to get the microwave to work, it fucking broke again. I did call the front office, and they said they're gonna have somebody out here tomorrow.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
If they give me any like attitude, like saying, "Oh, but it's working now. It's not, you know, it's not broken," I'm gonna show them this video. You won't see it on stream, but you can certainly hear it. That's the microwave doing that on its own and making the keypad non-functional to the point where we need to unplug it so it stops making noise. I have video of me trying to interact with it while it's beeping, and to the point where I'm unplugging it and plugging it back in, and it immediately starts up again. So if I can't get it to recreate what it's currently going through when he's here, then I'm just going to show him that video and like, this is... I can't have this happen, and you can't just say, we'll unplug it for an hour and maybe it'll work. We need it replaced, because it's been going on for like a year now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run.
How about we find some place to hide?
Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
Wait, is this the tavern that we went into earlier? It is. Not so fast, Jafar! We're back for food!
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Dia. Yes.
My lady, who are these two?
You're my lady.
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
The bay, woof woof.
And if I refuse to go with you...
Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, I definitely didn't post it too long ago. But when I posted in the Discord here... Oh my god.
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my
Okay,
lady.
I'm hearing...
Even though
it sounds exactly like our microwave beep in the background
answer to them.
Of this tavern. There it is. The beep. Yeah, it's like a plate scraping or some shit, but it's the same tone. I thought I was crazy. I was like looking back at the oven, going like, the microwave's not plugged in, is it?
How much?
Oh boy.
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? so you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time, and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents.
I'm just going to throw this out there, but I think that she's going to be a 4-star. Based on her status. Her just being a bodyguard of some family, I don't think she's going to be a 5-star character. You know. Usually that plays some role into how powerful a character is in the game. If they're not important, they don't get to be a 5-star. I'm like going through my head all the different 5-stars, and they usually have some like, oh, they're half god or something like that, or they're a zombie child, or they're the head of some military organization, or or they're full god, that whole thing.
And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents.
Beep.
This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
If Ito wasn't an Oni, he would have been a 5-star, I'd imagine. Yeah, exactly. He has some bloodline. Like it's Naruto rules. You're not a crucial part of the story unless you have some fucking bloodline power going on. Unless you have special eyes or you have like a demon in your body, you're not really relevant to the story. Unfortunately.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Oh, look at her eyes. I know.
Don't worry
They're
about
great.
it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation.
You know what would be great is if if she's good regardless. Like Bennett. He's a 4-star, but he's amazing. I'd like more 4-stars to be viable and not just sort of like, they're placeholders until you get a 5-star that's better than them. But I guess that would defeat the whole purpose, huh?
Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man.
If she's a 4-star DPS, then she's doomed. Yeah, because she basically would be like Razor as a Claymore user. I mean, she'd be like Diluc Light. Isn't there another Fire Claymore user? Shinyan. She's a Claymore user. I forget because I see her with a guitar and I don't think of her weapon being a fucking Claymore. She's also a 4-star Claymore Pyro.
Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about.
If her star rating was based on her design, she'd be a 5-star for sure. But yeah, I'm not seeing it with the context now.
So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
Oh, I'm too sick and I shouldn't be out. You were right. Dunyarzad. Dunyarzad. That's what it was. Dunyarzad, are you alright?
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
We need to get out of this tavern.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Please.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Pretty much any 4-star DPS is doomed. They're good until you get a 5-star that is a DPS, because for a while I had Razor sort of leading the team with DPS until I got Hu Tao and then eventually Raiden Shogun. And then even before Razor I had Mona, which she's not a DPS, but she was a 5-star and carried me through very early segments.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia, haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can.
I do. I can pay.
But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
No need to break the bank. We'll eat whatever you order. Don't worry about it. We'll pay for our own food.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy, but we aren't exactly loaded. Guess Paimon will settle for something ordinary.
Paimon, do you not see my bank account in this game? Do you not see how much more I have? Millions. Tens of millions.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
Picky Paimon? Now that's a first. But you've cooked slimes before.
What do you have against my slime dishes?
After ordering, you continue chatting with Dunyarzad about
Dunyarzad, we asked a
Kusanali.
lot of people when we first arrived,
Beep.
and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
What?
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you.
Really?
Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt.
Wow, you really do know everything.
Dunyarzad, Is there anything you want?
What? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything.
Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen.
And can you make my illness go away?
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Tevat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tevat.
So you believe the voice you heard was Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday.
Huh.
I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
Is supporting your current god against the law in this land?
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
The dancer?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
It's a social thing? Like maybe talking about religion in public?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
Can you carry us, too?
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
Can we also come along?
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh, we're done here. I like the music in here, by the way. There's some parts of it that have that saxophone going, and it reminds me of like a film noir sort of detective vibe. Kind of reminds me of some like Halo ODST stuff, some stuff in Octopath Traveler a little bit. Yeah, the music overall is good. Oh, almost forgot that we had a friend. Till he started making noise. Kazooie, shut your friend up! Shut him up! Get into a cutscene. Thankfully, they don't fucking fly around and make noise during cutscenes.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end.
Honestly, though, they're cute. I timed it. They make a noise every 13 seconds. And it's consistent. If it wasn't so loud, and if maybe they tripled the time in between noises, or maybe made them not make noise when you're walking around, I think it'd be much better. They can do their little floaty, flippy-dippy thing when you're walking around, but don't make them have noise. And then when you're standing still, they can be noisy just like, you know, like some other people.
Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
They aren't loud for you? They're loud enough that I look over and go like, oh, that's them making a noise, and it's every 13 seconds. I guess I have the sound effects turned up. It's counted as a sound effect. I mean, if you have sound effect turns down, then they're quieter, but I just have everything at the same volume, like 10, 10, 10.
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
It's your girl, Nilu. Are those horns real?
So you're followers from another land?
Yep. Well, truthfully, no.
Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the Sabzeruz festival.
Spoiler, they aren't. Boo! But she has good style.
Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
I've got 20 million more. I could have paid for my meal and had a nice meal. Unless they are very expensive here. Wait, do you sell instruments? Oh, I could break into the leeway market. What are you planning? It's about the toy trade. I hear the toys from Shnezaya sell very well in leeway, and now I'm feeling some regret. If I could have seized the opportunity to bring my handmade toys from leeway, they'd definitely be more popular now than anything from Shnezaya. What could a frigid place like that know about a child's heart? Well, I know a very famous toy maker, quote-unquote. You a vendor? More wine and meat free for your worries? Of course, you can't drink too much, you'll make a fool of yourself. Make a fool of myself? That's right, now don't tell anyone, but this happened a few days ago. Two groups of researchers were drinking in the tavern, ended up fighting. You know, those researchers are usually so reserved and polite, even eating roast meat with small bites. They also got they really go at it, huh? Started arguing over who's the best conservator position. They got taken away. Okay, so they got drunk and had a fight. That's... Just kidding. What did this guy have above his head? Baba? Come on. Where was it? The Greater Lord's treasure. Rukadevata. Not like the traveler is poor all the time, I guess.
Amazing!
Yeah, well, I guess so. I guess just so we never do have to actually spend money. Just in case you spent your last Mora leveling somebody up and you go there and like, oh, yeah, actually, this is the group fund. This is for everybody else in the group and not for us.
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Why didn't anyone come to handle it?
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely.
Academia is seeming pretty snooty.
We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zerus festival anymore. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. With the Mora she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
Dancing?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zerus, the most important performance at the Sub-Zerus festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zerus festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful Padisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment."
Sounds like they had a great time. Sounds somewhat bittersweet.
Huh? Really? Oh, you probably mean because all the gods in this story are no longer alive.
I thought she had a tail for a split second, but it's the dog behind her wagging its tail.
Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered Padisaras around the stage.
Are those lampposts like knocked over there?
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Padisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers, but she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just two real Padisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sub-Zerus festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea!
You sure it's not because you want in on the fun? Or are you sure it's not because you want to watch Nilu dance?
Of course Paimon wants to watch. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zerus festival together?
Sounds like a plan.
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sabzeruz festival.
Hmm.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
We can talk to some people. No future. Juggler? The manager scolded me again today. Are you alright? Not really, but I'm used to it. It's practice. Lessons from Mr. Sheikh Zubair. Then more practice. Rinse and repeat. I thought about giving up, but then I remembered how, despite all his criticisms, Mr. Zubair never told me to quit. That means there's still hope for me, right? But have I made any progress? Just a stupid juggler.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the Academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
God, sorry. I've been looking at my controller because the very edge of it was looking weird, but I think it popped it back. I'll talk to Dale. Be a last.
Ah, dancing at the Sabzeruz festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger.
Yeah, tell me all about it.
As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the goddess of flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too. The Sabzeruz festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life. I heard she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an outlander?
Oh, there's no blonde people here. She was like surprised by my yellow hair. Huh.
Did you know that the Sabzeruz festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone.
Why are you white? Kid just calls it out. I don't know. Is this dog's name Swoof? Arf. Very nice. A natural-born singer. Arf. Arf. Morph?
Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the Academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and...
She said perfume instead of face powder.
I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
You can like perfume?
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy. I don't know much about the... Oh, and the perfume... I mean...
Yeah.
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too?
I got his name right. Zubair.
I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown over there. Would you like to try it on?
Crown? The fuck is she talking about?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head. So this crown was made to reflect that. Dunyazad, you look absolutely stunning with it on. It's like I'm looking at the goddess of flowers herself.
So Nilu is a fan of the goddess of flowers. She's a fangirl of the goddess of flowers, and the horns are, I guess, something that the goddess of flowers had. Horn lore.
Hey, is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine.
Paimon, you stay here. I'm gonna go to her booth and see if she's still there. Huh.
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break.
She made those flowers glitch.
Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Tevat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Tevat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about her brother.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
Are you also a fan of the Sub-Zero's festival?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
Still haven't used it.
There's something really different about Catherine today.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious? We'd love that!
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions.
What about Dunyazad?
My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Sounds like a plan! Let's head over to the Citadel of of Rexar and wait for Dia.
That door automatically opening just like reminded me of Final Fantasy XIV and being inside any of the big cities where the doors aren't actually
Sorry,
physically
wait.
there.
It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
Yep, that's a blush if I've ever seen one.
Listen, you two.
Gay!
I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet with the Lesser Lord.
So Kale is super gay for Amber. Dia is super gay for Dunyarzad. And who else was it recently? We saw... oh right, Nilu is super gay for the flower goddess. That's 3 gays for one. For the price of one.
Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well, didn't expect to see you 3 together.
I take it you all know each other already?
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfond for more info.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
So what can you tell him?
Rukshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell him what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is currently in Port Ormos.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you?
Yep.
It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river.
Nope, haven't heard of it.
The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any other details for you, though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Now, why should we do that?
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement.
Might have to turn the music down.
For Chief and the others.
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia! And you too, Osfond! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see what we can find next.
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that.
Don't worry, we will.
Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival.
Oh, that's quite a ways off. Oh, it's way down there. Am I still not far enough in the story to get, Kale? Go to quest. Oh, now the quest is unlocked.
Yeah, I think you unlocked
Where?
when you first got to Sumeru kicked in.
Oh.
I think it actually unlocked as soon as you got there.
Well, now it's telling me to go there to get her.
Yes.
The city that I'm supposed to go to now.
Oh, it's when you okay, it's when they actually make you get it full.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just unlocked it literally.
Memories of my home.
Okay.
This blade. It is the last.
Well, I guess once I get her, I'll stop the stream.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to get her.
Okay, I'll just go here and grab some teleports and then her. Oh yeah, there's that giant fucking robot. Let's go here first.
Time to go. Cheer. 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 Cheer.
Okay, then this. Yep, this is the way to go. There we go. Yep.
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things, not to mention all the tasty food. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the inventions, and everyone seems excited just to be here.
Not everyone, I'm sure. No one quite as excited as Paimon.
How did things end up like this?
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should have made you wait until we got an update from Tanja.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it. That's why we tried bringing it out for a test run today.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
There we go. They sound distinctly less than excited.
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there! Paimon's name is Paimon, and she's a traveler who was just passing by. Is there something bothering you?
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts, the best toy store in Port Ormos. At least for now. What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara. To start with, could I get your opinion on it?
It's not round enough.
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? It looks like a mushroom monster to Paimon.
Sounds like the name of a weapon, but it doesn't look very happy.
There we have it. The verdict is in. What a headache.
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a prototype Aranara?
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tales that live in the forest. For the store's 20th anniversary, we plan to release a series of hand-carved toys based on the Aranara stories that kids know and love. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. But when we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what we'd anticipated.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it, though. And I'm also not very good with kids. Maybe you could ask them for yourself.
It looks like a penis! Kids are pretty honest. They'll tell you exactly what this thing looks like.
This is not an Aranara. No way. I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the ill little fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy. The carving looks nothing like that.
Agreed. Aranara got Sonic movie backlash. Ah, look at its teeth!
Toys do look better when they're round and chubby.
Why does it look so ugly?
Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive the heart. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the creator put his heart into it at all.
Wow.
It's nothing like an Aranara.
These are very deep complaints.
Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh? Oh, sounds like one of those things that's easier said than understood.
Kassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's kind of pitiful in a cute way.
Oh, a positive review!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it wasn't meant to be an Aranara.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, this is such a shame. Why isn't Tanja back from Gandharvaville yet?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger too. Who is he exactly?
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author here in Port Ormos. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something, and suddenly the children loved every one of his stories.
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. The whole reason we decided to make these carvings was because we saw just how popular the Aranara are among children. We asked Tanja for guidance, But right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his son to look for inspiration. They haven't returned yet. We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara based on our own imaginations. As you can see, this was the result.
Oh, we have to do something. Hey, since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger in Gandharvaville, hmm? He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just ask him to write down his suggestions and bring his notes back to us, if you could.
We should take a picture of this monstrosity and show it to him.
Please, if only to put a smile on the children's faces. And, of course, you'll be well compensated for doing us the favor.
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. And also for our reward.
Okay, we'll do it to see the kids smile. And so that Paimon gets her rewards.
Yay! Rewards!
Alright, well, let's see here. Boop. There we go. I have a feeling this won't be here after this quest is done. You.
Tanger takes his son with him everywhere he goes. The two of them are very close.
Dopey looking, but not an abomination. Yeah, compared to the real ones, I guess it's definitely not great.
Maybe that's why he was able to come up with such great stories. Anyway, we're counting on you. Please find Tanger for us.
Why do you have a thing above your head, dude? Maybe it's because his quest gives a reward? I've already gotten that one. Wait, what?
So Tanger's supposed to be
Hey.
here in Gandharvaville
Hey.
looking for inspiration. But how do we find him?
I was about to do something.
Should we yell his name at the top of our lungs?
That sounds like a bad idea. We might alert the forest rangers.
Hey, buddy. What's your name? What are you doing here all alone? Do you live in Gandharvaville? Regardless, don't worry. As a trainee forest ranger, I'll do everything I can to help you.
Hi, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm Rozzy. Don't mind me. I know the way back to Gandharvaville.
Yeah, you said go fuck yourself. Is Kale talking to this guy's son?
When people say don't mind me, what they really mean is don't worry about me. That's all the more reason not to leave you alone. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong? Take your time. You can tell me all about it.
Huh. That voice sounds familiar. Paimon's heard it somewhere before.
It's Kale.
Oh, it's Kale! And a child who seems to be upset. Oh, let's go say hi.
For our rewards.
Hi, Kale. How have you been?
Paimon and Traveler. I've been doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm helping Master Tainari patrol the forest. What brings you here?
We're here on an errand. We heard your voice, so we thought we'd come ask you for help. You seem kinda busy, though.
I'll be fine. You go help them first, Miss Forest Ranger. I'm okay, really. The sand got into my eyes, that's all.
What a well-mannered child.
We can't just leave him here.
Sand? There is not a lot of sand in a forest. You keep saying you're okay because you don't want us to know what you're upset about, right?
Maybe.
That's exactly why you have to get it off your chest. Here's a trick. If you're keeping a secret that bothers you, you can try telling it all to a tree hollow.
A tree hollow?
Yeah, a tree hollow. Do you know Tanja's stories? The Aranara living in the forest will patiently listen to every word children say. Maybe there really are Aranara living in the tree hollows that will listen to you.
You like the R&R stories too?
Of course! I love them!
Oh, people who like R&R are the best. Okay, I'll try telling my secrets to a tree hollow. Thanks, Miss Forest Ranger. You know everything.
Aw, you're just exaggerating. Anyway, I'm trying to be like my friend, who always does her best to cheer people up when they seem sad. So, how are you doing? Feeling any better now?
In the background,
The
those
forest is very dangerous,
things dancing
so
around.
how about we stick together?
Sure.
Wow, Kale's so good with kids.
You handled that expertly. Expertly.
Well, helping children who are lost in the rainforest is all part of our forest ranger's duty. So, what was it you wanted help with? You're not lost too, are you?
No. We actually want to go deeper into the forest. Tell us the situation.
Okay, so you're looking for a children's author from Port Olmos called Tanja. And he's here in Gandharville, looking for inspiration. Wait, when you say Tanja, do you mean the Tanja?
That's right, Uncle Tanger.
Tanger?
So he's in the area, looking for inspiration for a new story as we speak? This is amazing. Could you wait for me for a second? I'll run Razzie back to Gandharville and then I'll be right back. I've always been curious what the man behind those incredible stories is like in person.
Maybe he's a genius who spends a lot of time in solitary confinement. Maybe he's from a wealthy family. Maybe he's one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's familiars. Solitary confinement?
Tanja's just a normal guy.
Even so, he must be more creative than most people. Wait, hold on. Razzie, do you mean you've met Tanja before?
Mm-hmm. He's my dad.
Called that one.
Your dad? Tanger's your dad? As in you're Tanger's son?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Paimonsees. That guy at Akara Crash told us that Tanger brought his son along with him. So he meant Razzie. Why are you here on your own, though? Did you and Tanger get separated?
We had an argument. I was upset, so I ran off here by myself.
I don't know how you keep doing this shit. Well, we already heard that the guy was here with his son, and then we heard a fucking random child voice talking to Kale. I was like, well, we've established there's a child in the near future of the story. I just thought that he was, like, separated and lost.
Oh, in that case, we should take you back to Gandharville first. Then we'll look for your dad and tell him where you are.
No, I'm good. Thanks for your advice, Kale. I'm not so upset anymore. Come with me. I'll take you to him.
Yay! Thanks, Razzie. Paimon thought we'd be spending the whole day looking for him.
Woohoo!
Oh my
Woohoo!
gosh! I can't believe I'm actually gonna meet the Tanja!
Oh.
Oh, you're a fan. Oh, there she is.
So Tanja headed this way. I know this place pretty well. Follow me.
No escape. Into the wind.
Brings a smile to my face.
How long is this quest that we're doing? Thing. Let's see here. It's gonna take a bit. Okay, then I'll come back to it another time. Okay, let's level her up. Send?
Does this mean I'm making progress?
Do I have everybody else? We have everybody to at least level 20. Okay. That means we get a free wish. Stuff that doesn't have to be streamed, but you still might want to show a bit of. Well, it seems to have voice acting, so I'll show that at least. We'll just do that another time. Let's also just use our wish. Nope. I guess it's also worth showing the stream once it decides. Oh, this is interesting. Oh yeah, this works differently. Maybe they got feedback about this page being fucking glitchy as hell. So 1, 2, 3. I got a new sword, which Ben is using. 2 wishes before that. I get this bow. 2 5-star weapons within 3 wishes of each other in this normal thing. These are just from random wishes. Oh, right. I'll throw 1 random wish at both these people. Who first? Let's do Kokomi first. Nope. It's fine. And 1 for Ganyu. Nope. Alright. I don't particularly want either of them at the moment. Just fun to throw a random wish at the new banners.
There are leaves around.
I've got so many,
and I know
but I'm not going to pull like 70 or 80 wishes to try and get somebody that's not going to fit on the team. But if I throw 1 random wish and happen to get them, then I don't feel as bad as like, oh, cool. Threw 1 at Kokomi just in case, yeah. Both of them are good. Ganyu, you'd have to focus entirely on her being the DPS. Her charged attacks are,
Stabilize. Illusion shattered.
they get pretty ridiculous.
Let's light it up.
Wait. Oh, you're over here.
Time.
You are a part of this battle, friend? Not only that, you were keeping the treasure chest locked. Okay.
Certainly worth the extra mile.
Gather. Get out of here. The wind knows me.
I thought since they spawned up that they might be behind some, like, secret treasure chest. Anyway, let's see here. Why? Why? Oh no. It's for everybody. It got reset again. I guess because I've come back to the PC version. Everybody's voice lines got reset. I'm not going to do this all on stream. Shit. That's going to be a waste of time. I am going to stop for now. When I get back, I'll continue Kale's quest. Just to finish that up, and then we'll continue the Archon quest. But we're making pretty decent progress, I think. We're not rushing it or anything. Off stream, I might grab some teleports not really fully explore these areas, but just to at least grab the teleport so I can get around quicker. Yeah. Because it's fun just seeing the new stuff, but I don't want to, like, fully explore off-stream. Not yet, anyway. This is the new boss. Actually, let's check out this new boss. I'm gonna do that real quick. It won't take long to kill him. Like, I think it's just an electro flower boss, but you know, just in case it has any sort of, like, weird special things to it. Speaking of which, this glowy mushroom area is cool. I didn't really get a chance to look at it when I was unlocking this teleport. Underground. Okay, I think I have an idea where to go then, based on the map. Those waterfalls? That's cool. I would guess straight that way. Oh, the grass here is glowing. Almost feels as this place is aware of our arrival. Ooh. I think it's directly that way.
Stabilize. Shine down. Out of the way. One with nature.
Oh. Well, here's this. Yoink. Rakashapa mushrooms. Something's immune to something going on there.
Get out of here! Out of the way! The wind knows me.
Yeah, there it is. Now, is it immune to electro? Yeah, we'll just feel this out.
Illusion shattered! Everybody stand back! Order guide you! Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind! Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape! Ha! Ha!
It's not immune.
Get out of here! Gather! The wind knows me. Get out of here! Illusion shattered! Stabilize! Let's light it up! Ha! Ha! Get out of here!
Okay. There we go.
Going in! I will have order. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Oh yeah, it died as soon as that. Yeah. Guys. Not very strong. I didn't even get to use Raiden's burst on that. Okay. Alright, that's doing that. Alright, so I'll stop the stream for now, but yeah, I'll come back and do more of this. It seems like there's a lot more to go. I've barely scratched the surface on this. Exploration 27, 6, 1, 4, 11, yeah. But I'll be coming back to this soon. Thanks for watching, thanks for coming. Hope you had fun. Bye-bye.